Hi, this is Carol. I wanted to I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together of what has gone on since, I guess, the beginning of May last year. So it's not quite a year yet, or 2 years yet. It's almost 2 years now. Of course, anybody that knows me knows that the loss of Daniel, now I realize, is the thing that took me to a place that I really didn't care if I was stripped in front of the world. I know that sounds wrong. My sense of humor thinks it's kind of funny. But that's where the heart of unmasking therapy came from, because taking off those masks that aren't working for us, I desire healing for humanity. And I think it's really that simple. If you're healing one person and you start to see that humanity struggles with these issues, then it's really humanity that needs the healing, that is flawed and broken, and we all are in our various stages. I mean, if you go back to the Bible, Paul had his thorn. If you come to today, you see, hi Ann, you see that we all have our struggles. So I've been willing to get in front of this camera, and lately, because my physical is doing so much better, I have started to get more of the critics, which Brene talks about. The critics will come out, and unless there's somebody that's willing to do what I'm willing to do, I'll tell them, have a seat. I don't take your feedback, because you can't possibly know with the courage it takes to do what I'm doing. You can think I'm an attention seeker. You can think, well, you get to think whatever you want. I can't control people, places, and things. But you can't understand, unless you're sitting in this chair and you're doing what I'm doing, what it takes to come to epiphanies in front of a damn camera, to know that you're dying and getting in front of a camera, to showing you that humanity struggles with these things. I'm not the only one. I'm just one of bazillion people. I don't know how many billions of people, trillions of people. I don't really quite get all those numbers, but I know we have a lot of darn people, and there's more being born every day and more that are dying every day. So I don't know. But it takes courage. And without Daniel's death, I don't know that I would have had the courage. And I think it's because I didn't care about the judgment anymore. Thank you, Joan. I just didn't care. I didn't care about any judgment. I mean, all the transformational training work I did has prepared me for this. I mean, hundreds and thousands. I don't even know how many people have walked me and given me feedback. And I have learned that it's data, it's information. It doesn't mean that it defines me. So I'm talking about Brene Brown. She's crossing my mind because I recently saw a training from somebody from her institute, and I struggle, because how do you teach her concepts? I don't know if anybody understands her stuff. You'd have to look her name up. Her name is Brene Brown. She does friggin' amazing work. And as my therapist told me once, you show what she teaches. But how many people really do show? In fact, Curious Intentions, my podcast, is going to be revamped, or not revamped. No, it's going to come back to life. It's going to be the Phoenix coming back to life, because we do have all the, I've got all the podcasts. I just have been a little busy, so I haven't had a chance to put them up. But the next subject matter Mark and I just discussed was, can we show up with place after place after place as the same person? Now, Mark says no. I think he says no. And I have to tell you, I I want to argue with them, and then I don't know, because I love being curious. So I don't know. I want to have a conversation in front of the podcast in order to really know what I think about it. And it may take more time. Well, it'll take me more time because I'm a processor. I'm looking at some notes that I took down to get my mind straight. So, I have a concussion. It's been 3 months and I'm doing well. I'm doing really, really well. So I put off getting any treatment because Kaiser, no, never ever did anything. And now that I'm back with my main doctor, she just got me a brain scan. Here's the thing. I get tired. If I pace myself and I rest, I am on speed when I wake up. And not a really, it's been speed. Just so you know, the alcoholic drug addict thing is a lie. But I mean, I really have energy. So I need to pace myself. I take naps. I go to my office. I take naps in between clients. And when I see the client, it's like I'm a new therapist, because I have a wealth of knowledge I didn't have until I went through this last 4 months. But the reality is, this entrepreneurial stuff, this last 4 months, my business almost folded. I mean, to be honest with you, my business almost folded, because not having the entrepreneur in front of the business, it is very difficult to keep it moving. So thank God I had taken out a loan, and thank God I have credit cards, and I have a house worth a lot. I don't worry about it. God gave me a word 9, 10, maybe 10 months ago. And I wrote it down. And the main part of that word, well, there's a couple parts. One is the money will come back. And I thought, why am I getting this word? I have plenty of money. And then I didn't. And I lived off of loans. I lived off of credit cards. And I knew as an entrepreneur to make big leaps in my business, I had to trust, to not look down as I take a big leap over the frigging Grand Canyon, because that's what I did. And I almost went down during the process, but I didn't. Obviously, you can see that I didn't. Now I am back at the helm, and everything is shifting in my business and in the corporation, in the nonprofit, the Trauma and Healing Foundation. I am creating an amazing team. People come to me all the time and want to work for me. I don't know why. But the team I'm creating, they all have their specialties in their very unique areas. And the reason I'm doing that is several reasons. We don't cross over. We can refer to each other in terms of our specialties so that we offer the best for the client, but also that, oh gosh, I lost the thought. That, oh yes, I'm going to go after $1 million contracts with the county. I'm going after so much that we're going to need our own building. I know that now. I got the word this week. I'm not sure how that will all shift, but it makes no sense with what I see as the vision. And an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur, is visioning out 10 years, and I see it all. Well, I don't see it all. I see a good deal of the vision. I see enough of the vision to know how to put the skeleton on so that I can, that is the new building and the new whatever, and to get somebody looking for land and all of those things, because it doesn't make sense to give everything I make to somebody else unless I'm putting it into a mortgage and getting an asset from it. So these epiphanies I've been coming to. I'm a singer. I'm a chef. I'm a designer. What? I am an author. I'm an entrepreneur. I am even creative as an entrepreneur. And all these years I've lived under the lie that I am not a creative being. Hello, people. We all are. We are all called to something, and we're all creative at something, and we just need to know what those things are. There could be lots and many layers, as I am discovering at my age. So I'm getting my guitar back today. The guitar that I taught myself to play when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's going to be 24 in next month. So 25 years ago, I taught myself to play. And then I poured that into my children. And I pushed myself aside and sacrificed as mothers do. And that sacrifice was a billion times worth it, because I'm seeing what's coming out of it, which is, my daughter getting her master's degree and my son getting his bachelor's in physics. And my other son, who says he's going to graduate on time, he's finishing up his sophomore year. He's only 19. And I just want you to know that getting through these epiphanies is kind of interesting when you're older, to get the reason why you're put on this earth. I believe I'm just at the very beginning of what I'm called to do. And yeah, I have no damn money. Oh, well, it's all been put in place. Loans are put in place. Credit cards were there. And so I have chosen not to worry. And yes, I am finishing up the remodeling on my home, and I'm doing that in faith. I bought, I created a friggin' amazing banister that I think is an art piece in itself. My house is filled with art. I think actually the only paintings are upstairs. A couple of them are upstairs. I don't actually do paintings. I do art on the walls. I do, I turn things into art that generally aren't art. Like my bathroom is filled with tiled glass that is so creative. It's just so breathtaking, because I was supposed to do this. I didn't know why. People are going to be staying here. People are going to be coming in here. Of course, I want to launch the boys that have done this job for me, Mikey and Checo, that became my family through this process. I want to launch them to the top of the world. Yes, I'm a friggin' business coach. I mean, that's not where I lead, but I know what to do, because I've sat under the top in the world. And I've got Jo Muirhead on here. She is my business coach. She is the top, as far as I'm concerned, in the damn world. She certainly is in my field, but you know what? All fields are the same. I've done a lot of thinking about this. I was going to let go of Jo, and I realized there's just so much I already know how to do myself, that I can do those things and I can still be with Jo. And she and I already had the conversation. So I show her, I tag her on here so she can know what the hell is Carol doing next, so she can keep up. Because sooner or later, this may sound crazy, there's going to be Carol the app, Healing for Humanity. And you know what that app's going to be for? To link to people that can help you all over the world. Yes, it may benefit me. I don't know. Nothing does now. But at some point, well, it doesn't benefit me financially, but at some point, if it's benefiting humanity, I honestly don't care. I never cared about the money. I've always said, as I have my watermelon water, and if I have my soup, and if I have dog and cat food, and my loft. Okay, I need my loft. That's the other thing. I need my loft. I can't look the same in all my videos. It would just be wrong. That's like, I would go out in style. That's somebody told me that in Kauai. That would, and it's true. That's just like with my toes, will be done. And you know what's so funny? I was thinking about this the other day. I used to be called on the fact that I didn't do self-care. Why? Because I was depressed as hell, and I was raising 3 children by myself that were special needs. My one son threw up 200 times a day. I was covered in vomit. I did not care. At that point, what I looked like, I cared. I was taking care of my kids. And then I was told, and I believe by God, you are not to leave your house without makeup. And thus, all these years later, that's 15, 16, 17 years, I don't know. I've never left. That's not true. I've left the house a few times without makeup when I was losing my mind from pain. But generally speaking, I probably 99.8% of this last 17 years have not done that because I was called to do it. So I lost 120 pounds. Actually, it's more than that now. It's like 126 because I've been losing and losing. And along the way, I figured out I'm a girl. I knew I was a girl. But I became girly, which I didn't think I would. Now, there's still a rocker chick in me. There's still somebody bold. But I'm also a woman. And you know what? Whether I ever have a mate again, and that's another piece of the word that came to me, I can want a man. I don't need a man. I just don't. I'm really good by myself. I do want a man someday when I feel that I have something to offer. And that will come in time. And with that said, I appreciate your paying attention to these videos. I am launching my hoarding course, I think today. I found somebody in another part of the world that was able to split up my video. Because of my concussion, it's hard to kind of think through the detail stuff. And normally I would like to learn. And I finally said, how many hours have I lost trying to figure this out? I ended up paying him $40. That made no sense. I looked at the video to where it needed to be separated. Hi, Gracie. I looked at where it needed to be separated. But other than that, I paid somebody $40 whole. And we're going to relaunch. We are going to relaunch me, Carol, Transformational for Humanity, Unmasking Therapy. I don't know what you want to call it. Joe, I need your input on this because I'm forever evolving right now, and I'm really grateful. So with that said, I'm trying to see if there's anything I missed. I don't think so. I am going to go about my day. I'm going to church. Going to church. There was something that was stopping me from going to church. And just so you know, that was another thing that had an agenda. Reality is that we all have like an operating system. And it's an operating system that has an agenda. And some of the agendas we don't know about. That's Johari's window. And right now I am learning about the unknown area. I don't know, you don't know. And unless those things pop up above the waterline, we don't know. And I am learning about the unknown area, not just the blind one, but the unknown one. Look up Johari's window. And the more I learn that, I guess that's the truth. You know, you can go through all the areas of Johari's window and through all the transformational work. I have gone through and learned so many things. And now I am at the phase of the unknown that nobody knows, that I didn't know, that it's coming to the surface. And now I get why the puzzle pieces needed to be put together with Johari's window. And with that said, have an awesome day. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to get my guitar. I'm going to get my guitar. I don't know if I'm going to learn today, but I'm going to learn. Yeah. Okay. I commit to one chord that I'll bet my fingers already know it. Like the F and the G, I kind of think I know it. and then watch some videos. Have an awesome day. Be blessed. Healing for humanity. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, if I can do it, you can do it. The transformational coach has been working at this a long time. And I'm a trauma specialist because I understand trauma at its finest. And I've got a team of exquisite people, well-versed in some of the amazing things. And when we do these contracts for the county for prevention care, out-of-the-box treatments with my staff that is skilled in the most amazing things, I don't want to bring all of those things up, but they aren't being done. I'm pulling together people that have niches that, again, this is a Joe Muirhead thing. So she puts the puzzle pieces for people. I put it together for counties and humanity in a different way. And without her, I wouldn't be me. And I thank you, Joe. I would love to dedicate this to you because I just wouldn't be me without you. And be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.